Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is a new chapter in my book called 71 Powerful Writing Habits You Can Learn from Self Publishing 91 Books. This is chapter 12, and I'm highlighting it now. Um, and it's called Don't Pay Too Much Attention to Negative Reviews. If you write books and you publish books on Amazon Books, you're going to find that people write negative reviews. There's a whole lot of reasons why people will write a negative review. You want to pay attention to reviews that say that there's typos and grammatical mistakes in your book. If reviews start appearing on your books saying that, it's time for you to get a better editor or a better proofreader so that those reviews don't continue appearing. I said before in an earlier chapter that only about 20% of the Christian market would agree with half of my books. I speak to people who are in heaven, which much of the church think are actually dead. The people in heaven are actually alive. And so I'm not speaking to the dead, but the Bible forbids people from contacting the dead. And so they think me talking to people in heaven is breaking the Bible's commands. These religious people bound by a scripture verse tend to write negative reviews on my books. I only appeal to really fervent Christians, people that you'd consider as an atheist or as a non-believer, as someone who's really religious and can't stop talking about Jesus. Those people who are really religious and can't stop talking about Jesus and are excited about their faith, and they want to save everyone and bring everyone into their faith, and they can't stop talking about Christianity. Those are the people that are my market. Those are the people that I write to. There's certain people who are really bound with scripture. They can quote hundreds of scriptures, and you find them on Facebook and YouTube fighting with each other and quoting scripture verses at each other and having big fights. These people who base their life on a whole lot of scriptures tend not to like my books because my books are supernatural and they deal with subjects that very few Christians get to experience. So when these religiously bound Christians find that I've been visiting heaven and I've met God and I've met Jesus, or I confess to have met them, they tend to pick out the fact that I've also admitted that I have a mental illness and I'm bipolar, and they put my experiences with my so-called God down to mental illness, and they write negative reviews. So people will write negative reviews for all sorts of reasons. Some people simply can't stand your book for various reasons. They believe different things, and you've pushed hot buttons. You all understand that you can live with a woman or live with a man who knows you intimately and knows how to press your hot buttons and make you angry. As a writer, you can press hot buttons in people and make people feel very uncomfortable. and instead of changing and instead of accepting your message and bringing change into their life, they get out their keyboard, they log on to Amazon and they write a 1-star review. I've heard people say that 4-star average rating on Amazon is a better rating than a 5-star average. It's good to have 10% of your reviews negative reviews, because that means you've got something solid to say and you're sparking negative reactions in people. People need to change, and you need to be a change agent. And if you're saying tough things, if you're saying things where people have to change and people have to be consistent and people have to change their way of thinking to be able to embrace what you're saying, you're going to press hot buttons in people and they're going to react badly. So my advice to you is, if you see a 1-star review, try and have the discipline not to read it. But if you do read it, don't spend days pondering over the review and getting all long in the tooth about it and having a toothache over it. Just accept that not everyone will accept your message and not everyone will agree with your message, and they've lashed out. There's a lot of people who've got a lot of boldness and a lot of courage over computers, but they're not so bold and they're not so forthcoming in the flesh. I hope that this has encouraged you.